Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our wellness team update. This night, we're super excited about having each one of you here. We've got people from all over the world that are joining us. My name is Tyler Sharp with VIDAFY Corporate Office, Director of Sales. Thrilled to be able to be with you this evening on our wellness team update. And we appreciate each of you, spending some time with us, whether you're here in the United States this evening, maybe you're up in the middle of the night with Europe, certainly over in Australia, New Zealand, spending some time, or any other parts of the world. We want to welcome you, and we definitely appreciate your spending some time with us here at this point. We have just a really fantastic opportunity to be able to hear from a member of our wellness team, Dr. Cesar Fernandez. We're thrilled to be able to have him with us. You've had a chance to be able to hear from him many, many times. He does an outstanding job, and tonight we get a chance to be able to hear about nanocurcumin for an improved quality of life. Dr. Fernandez, good evening. How are you?
Hello, Tyler. How's it going?
Good, very well. Great to have you. We appreciate you being with us this evening. Thank you for
Yeah,
taking the time.
very, very happy to be with you tonight.
Yes, that's great.
I
I'm just
see
going to,
people from all around the world over here.
they definitely are. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you. You're the man of the hour. We appreciate the time, the effort, the research, everything, certainly your expertise in putting this together. And I can't wait to hear what you have to say. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Dr. Fernandez.
So we have an amazing topic tonight. I'm Dr. Cesar Fernandez. I have a degree in medicine and surgery and also in stem cells research. I've been around a medical practice for over 32 years now. And I'm very pleased to share with you some of the things that through the last year I've been studying, reading, and discovering because I was one of the people that didn't understand what we have right now in our hands. And I'm gonna encourage you to, take a deep look on the topic that we have tonight. Tonight we are gonna talk about increase your lifespan and improve your quality of life with nanocurcumin. Wow, who didn't want that? We all want that. Today is November the 12th, 2024. And again, I am Cesar Fernandez. I'm a medical doctor and I'm a member of VIDAFY Wellness team. I'm going to share with you some very interesting things and very enthusiastic people are finding that what we have in our hands is something amazing and we need to share it with all of the world here. And first of all, there's something important I need to say. The following information is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice. It is only for informational educational purposes based on preventive medicine. If you think you have the conditions shown in this presentation, we suggest that you consult a certified healthcare professional for the diagnosis and treatment of any medical condition. Okay? With that being said, I'm going to start sharing with you some slides that are very, very interesting. For example, one of them says, the first one says that aging and aging-related diseases have mechanisms at a molecular level, and we could do interventions on it. For more than 100 years, since 1920, as you could see here, aging is a major in science. For example, it is started with studies in a fly, which is a Drosophila melanogaster. Don't remember that name. It's the fruit fly, okay? And as you could see through the decades, for example, 1940, they started to talk about how aging in population raises the mortality in diabetes people. How people with problems like Parkinson's disease, like Alzheimer's disease, are extremely close with aging. And the free radical theory emerged in 1956, for example. They also started to talk about the oxidative stress since 1973. They started to talk about the mitochondrial theory. We're going to talk a lot about that tonight, since 1972. mitochondrial mutations accumulate with aging, and things like mitochondrial problems are, linked with cardiomyopathy, are linked with human liver related to aging, are linked with human brain diseases, and all of that since the 90s have been into deep studies. For example, since 2006, mitochondrial gene expression defects cause shortened lifespan. And we're going to talk also a lot about that TOR1. You're going to get to know what that is, a gene expression that extends the lifespan. Since 2013, a drug called metformin extends health span in mice, for example, and also NAD, which has a difficult name, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, and premature aging are very related. And all of this ends up with a single cell RNA, which is called heterochronic parabiosis. Very difficult word, but I'm going to try to explain it in a simple manner right now. So what happens is that reversing aging has already been done. You know that? Yes. There are studies like heterochronic parabiosis that were published 2015, 2016, that there is something in our bodies that make when we are young that is depleted as we age. And for example, an old and a young mouse are connected in this experiment together so that the microcapillaries of the skin are able to exchange blood between the two of them. Mouse experiments prove that replacing these vital blood factors reliably reverses many of the symptoms of the aging process, like wrinkles, gray hair, immune function, memory, energy, just to mention some of them. What happens now is that we have something in our blood that creates health, okay? It is not just a matter of getting old, but what kills us is or are the related diseases to eldership. So what happens is that we understand that, for example, we have an old mouse here with high inflammation, weak antimicrobial response, weak apoptosis, slow stem cell recruitment, weak angiogenesis, weak skin epithelial. But in the other side, we have a young mouse with low inflammation, strong antimicrobial, strong apoptosis, fast stem cell recruitment, etc. What happens is that when we bondage the blood of them both, what happens is that the old mouse gets younger. Wow. So how is the question? Because when we measure the results, the most compelling mystery, let me tell you, of all, this is the question that became an obsession to the medical and to the science in general, is that if aging, the creeping process of that, is in the blood, as the study seems to imply, then it's possible to solve this problem. This means that we could restore health to not just in our elders, but to the chronically ill at any age if we want to. But we need to solve the question, right? So let's get going. MNAF identified as a rejuvenating factor in parabiosis, the experiment I just talked to you about. Okay, let me talk to you about where did I get this? This was published by Nature Metabolism journal, and researchers found at Buck Institute that MNAF, which is have a difficult name also, everything's difficult in medicine, mesencephalic astrocyte-derived neurotrophic factor, MANF, okay? It's one of the factors responsible for rejuvenating. What happens is that we know that MNAF, which regulates metabolism and immune response in flies, in mice, and in humans, declines with age. If we could follow here to the black letters, flies genetically engineered to express less MNAF suffered from increased inflammation and shorter lifespans. Inflammation, remember that word. MNAF deficient mice had increased inflammation in many tissues, as well as progressive liver damage and fatty liver disease, etc. And the experiment also shows that older mice who shared blood with MNAF deficient younger mice did not benefit from the transfusion of young blood. Okay, now, with that being said, we have something that is called curcumin. Okay? What happens? Recent studies show that curcumin is a powerful antioxidant, acts as a broad spectrum anti-inflammatory, remember inflammation, right? Intervenes in NRF2 mechanism, we're going to talk about that later, helps eliminate senescent cells, increase telomere length, protects against glycation, and activates AMPK and autophagy. What happens is that we need to understand that we have something huge here. Curcumin is something amazing. Amazing. What happens is that we are still getting to know it. We are still researching. We are still finding that anti-aging is something that we could get if we know the correct path to get to it. What happens now is that curcumin, for example, supplementation extended the average shelf life by 26%. Do you remember that Drosophila, the fruit fly? Okay, curcumin in this study, 2013, people supplemented diets increase superoxide dismutase activity, which is a very strong antioxidant that reproduces intracellular activity and mean lifespan in Drosophila. So you could extend with curcumin by 26% your lifespan. Could you believe that? 26% out of 10 years. How much is it? 2.6 years. Wow. How about in 50 years? Okay, multiply by 5. What happens is that when we get to understand this, we get to know the evidence. For example, accumulating evidence indicates that curcumin helps prevent the aging process. As it's been said, since 2019, the role of curcumin in the modulation of aging in International Journal of Molecules, the promise of slowed down aging may come from curcumin, 2010, and also the role of curcumin in aging and senescence molecular mechanisms in biomedical pharmacotherapy. So when you start to see all of these studies, all of these journals, all of these publications, what happens is that you begin to think, okay, what are the main things that accelerates aging? Okay, accelerated aging depends on inflammation, age related to inflammation, oxidative stress, telomere shortening, DNA damaging, cellular senescence. We're going to talk about all of this in a few seconds. Reduced autophagy and immunosenescence. What do you get from this? Neurological disease, all types of cancers, metabolic diseases like diabetes, etc., obesity, articular damage like osteoarthritis, arthrosis, and all of that, cardiovascular diseases like atherosclerosis, cardiac failure, hypertension, etc. So if we get to understand this, that which are the main causes of accelerated aging, then we're going to understand what we're going to talk about. For example, free radicals. We've been talking about free radicals for the last maybe 25 years. Are molecules or atoms that has an unpaired electron. This makes that molecule unstable and prompts it to react quickly with other molecules, and to stabilize itself, they steal electrons from the nearby molecules putting them in a process called oxidation. Okay, so understanding free radicals is that this, for example, this is a free radical or an unbalanced molecule. It has a loss of an electron in the distant layer, and what happens is that here is an antioxidant, which is a donator. The antioxidant donates an electron and neutralizes the unstable atom. You know which one is one of the major antioxidants in nature? Yes, curcumin. Curcumin. How do antioxidants work? Free radicals damage cells. For example, stress, toxins, chemicals, radiation, all of this are raising the free radicals in your bloodstream. And what happens at a cellular level is that antioxidant prevent the cell damage, neutralizing free radicals, as you could see the picture here, and they give us a hand. We have antioxidant from inside our cells and from outside, exogenous and endogenous. What happens is that the exogenous sources of oxidative stress, for example, cigarette smoke, ionized radiation, ultraviolet from the sun, right? Heavy metals like iron, copper, cadmium, nickel, etc. Ozone, air pollution, etc. That are from outside. But from the inside, we have also problems like mitochondrial electron transport chain, like endoplasmic reticulum, and a lot of very complicated words over there. But you need to understand that all of this are going through a path that we need to have defenses as antioxidants. Some of them are non-enzymatic and some of them are enzymatic, like vitamins, glutathione, and like catalase and some others. But the thing is that if we don't stop this on time, what's going to happen is that the pathogenesis appears and cardiovascular, cancer, diabetes, neurodegenerative diseases shows up. It's called the gene expression. Okay? And if we understand that curcumin could relentize this, could stop it and bring it back, what happens is that we have a chance to minimize the oxidative stress in our bodies. As the volume 57 in November 2022 in Redox Biology says, environmental sources like pollution, cigarette, mitochondria, and cellular sources like inflammation, etc., brought us to an oxidative stress stage and cause tissue damage. Tissue damage right us to aging and age-related diseases. Call it immune, eye, kidney, skin, aging by itself, lung, brain, heart, and joint problems. Okay, I know you understand all of this, but the thing is that oxidative stress plays an essential role in the pathogenesis of chronic diseases such as cardiovascular, diabetes, neurological, and cancer. Long-term exposure to higher levels of pro-oxidant factors can cause structural defects at the level of mitochondrial DNA. Remember this. Did you remember the first slide when I talked about mitochondrial here, mitochondria there? Okay. One of the main problems in mitochondrial DNA is oxidative stress. So getting to understand this, as well as functional alterations of various enzymes and cellular structures leading to aberrations in gene expression. Remember gene expression? You only express through your genes you know what you have in your parents long before you. So for example, your mother, your grandmother, your grandfather, your brother, you have predisposition to suffer some diseases, and your genes express themselves when this happens, when this is triggered by oxidative stress. Now that we are talking about this, we're going to talk about the second thing, the telomere maintenance. Our chromosomes, the strands of DNA that make up our genetic material, are covered by protective structures called telomeres. As we age and our cells continue to divide, okay, their telomeres gradually are shortened. When they become too short, the cell loses its ability to divide and become dysfunctional. This leads to diseases and accelerated aging. Most cells lack the ability to build new telomeres or only do so in a small number. So, as you could see, since 2011, telomeres, lifestyle, cancer, and aging are very, very close in all these studies. And what's next? Again, curcumin in support to telomeres. Preclinical studies show that curcumin increases the expression and activity of telomerase. Telomerase, the enzyme that adds new DNA to the ends of telomeres. This enzyme is crucial. Telomere length is crucial for maintaining and supporting cellular activities, and telomerase enzyme is the one that adds new DNA to the end of telomeres. Remember, telomere gets shortened, aging gets accelerated. So telomerase is very, very important. As you could see here in this study, curcuminoid derivatives enhance telomerase activity, and also telomerase a target for therapeutic effects, curcumin and curcumin derivative. It's been studied. It's been published. Curcumin is on our side. We just need to understand how. Reduction of senescent cells. Okay. A senescent cell, a cell's age, they are supposed to die to make room for the new healthy cells. Some do not. Some of them stay there. These cells accumulate damage and enter a state of senescence. They are there, but they are not functional as well as you would want to. Senescent cells do not function properly and lose the ability to divide. This greatly impairs the function of the tissues to which they belong. If it's in your liver, it's a fibrosis. If it's in your circulation, in your capillaries, it's a atherosclerosis. If it's in the, for example, in your neurological area, it's a disease, neurodegenerative disease. If it's in your eyes, it's a glaucoma or a cataract, or if it's in your heart, it's a stroke. So, senescent cells secrete compounds that incite inflammation in surrounding tissues, and cellular senescence is a significant contributor to aging and aging-related diseases. Senolytics are nutrients or medications. We have drugs for this also. This has been studied all throughout the science. Medication that can remove senescent cells from the body. And again, aging cell cleaner. Studies show that curcumin and its metabolites have senolytic activity. Cleans up the senescent cells. In a study in mice, curcumin was able to decrease the number of senescent cells to a normal level. As been said in the Journal of Clinical Medicine 2019, exhibit evidence of senolytic activity in human cells in the lab. What happens? What happens is that we are going in a path of all the main problems that cause aging, as you could see. For example, another one, regulating inflammation. You remember what I told you at the beginning. Curcumin is well known for modulate several pro-inflammatory factors. In several studies, curcumin has been shown to inhibit NF-κB signaling and reduce the production of compounds that incite inflammation. What happens? If this is anti-inflammatory, It neutralizes and become an anti-cancer, neuroprotectant, antidepressant, etc. Through all these processes named over there, I'm not gonna call them by name, interleukins and nitric oxide and COX-2 and a lot of them. But I'm gonna tell you that curcumin, according to 2015 study, says that curcumin targets inflammation and cancer, and it's been published in Endocrine, Metabolic, Immune Disorder Drugs. And what happens is that when we get deeper and deeper, we started to found that curcumin inflammation and chronic diseases are linked, like it was published in the journal called Molecules. And also we have that there's a lot more. There's a lot more that we could talk about. You think we were done? Okay. Let me see how time is going here. Okay, so we still have time. Okay, yes, we are on time. mTOR protein. Have you heard about this? The overactivity of the protein mTOR is linked to rapid aging and metabolic abnormalities that contribute to chronic diseases. Compounds that block mTOR activity, such as a drug that has been developed called rapamycin, extend shelf life in animal models. And guess what? Curcumin modulates mTOR activity. Am I saying that? Again, no. The promise of slowed down aging may come from curcumin in a journal which is Current Pharmacology Developments in 2010. They says that mTOR as regulator of lifespan and aging and cellular senescence in a Gerontology 2018 journal. And last but not least, curcumin alleviates rheumatoid arthritis, induced inflammation, and synovial hyperplasia by targeting mTOR pathway. It's been published. It's been accepted for all the science community. Believe me when I tell you, we are not having a talk about marketing. We are not having a talk about how this and that because this company says this and that. This is not a company marketing thing. This is science. This is science, my dear friends. So another aspect, AMPK. AMPK is an enzyme that supports healthy metabolism. Low AMPK activity is associated with insulin resistance. Have you heard about insulin resistance recently? Huh? It's all over the people. Young people has a lot of young people has insulin resistance and metabolic diseases such as type 2 diabetes. That used to be an elder disease. Now people with 20, 25, 30 are having this metabolic problem. Increased AMPK activity can improve metabolic health. The drug metformin, for example, remember the first slide again? Discovered around 2016. The drug metformin activates AMPK and is commonly used to manage diabetes and related disorders. In model organisms, it extends its lifespan. And guess what again? Curcumin has been shown to be a natural activator of AMPK. Again, curcumin, as you could see in black letters here, curcumin attenuates diet-induced hepatic steatosis by activating AMPK, protein kinase. Basic Clinical Pharmacology in 2013 investigates this and published it. Again, we have something amazing in our hands. One more thing. Let me get back here one slide. Look at this. The number 3 here says impact of curcumin in sirtuins. Journal of Cell Biochemical in 2018. Remember this word, sirtuins. It's not that common. The sirtuins are a group of proteins that are critical for protecting the cell from damage that leads to aging and disease. Activating sirtuins helps protect the DNA from damage and mutations. Sirtuin activity tends to decrease with age, as most of the activities, right? In animal models, sirtuin activators prolong life. Again, curcumin increases sirtuin activity to protect cells and increase longevity in several models. It looks like I don't know, it's like unbelievable what all the things that curcumin can perform. Sirtuins, a promising target in slowing down the aging process, NAD, biosynthesis, aging, and disease, and last but not least, it takes two to tango, they says. NAD plus and sirtuins in aging, longevity, and aging mechanisms, all of them related to what and to who? To curcumin. People, we have something amazingly big in our hands. We could talk hours here about all of this. I'm just giving you some samples. Glycation, for example. Glycation occurs when sugars bind to proteins and fats, causing tissue to damage. It is another major contributor to accelerated aging and many diseases of old age. Glycation occurs even in people with normal blood sugar. You don't need to be a diabetic person to have glycation going on in your blood. In those with high blood sugar, such as diabetics, glycation is greatly accelerated, which usually leads to faster aging and increased risk of chronic diseases. Again, advanced glycation products, AGEs, are responsible of a lot of diseases in our elderly people, like cardiovascular disease, diabetes, kidney disease, Alzheimer's, sarcopenia, which is the loss of muscle tissue, and rheumatoid arthritis. All of these people are related. The dietary AGEs and their decarbonyl precursors, they affect, I'm not going to talk about physiology, but they hit straight in front of brain, pancreas, vascular system, immune system, fat tissue, the white one, especially kidney, liver, gastrointestinal tract. All of them are being affected by glycation products that are produced, accelerated. For example, glycation in diabetes and others, muscle function, cardiovascular, cataracts, premature aging, kidney problems, Alzheimer's, etc. And all of this is published. All of this is in the bibliography I show you. For example, glycation accelerated products came from where? They are in your food. For example, in white bread, wheat bread, Quaker oats, American cheese, grilled chicken, microwave chicken. Okay, stop crying, right? You know, all of this are in your kitchen right now. Most of them. Fried eggs, French fries. Love French fries, right? Okay, remember about the glycation when the next time you are eating French fries. So understanding this is that we need to protect against glycation. And once more, preclinical studies have shown that curcumin protects cells and tissues from damage caused by glycation. In animal studies, taking curcumin by mouth prevents glycation disease. For example, cataracts are a common cause of blindness and are largely caused by glycation. In diabetic rats, for example, taking curcumin significantly slows the development of cataracts. Just read the number one here. Look, efficacy of biodegradable curcumin nanoparticles in delaying cataract in diabetic rat model. Nanoparticles, curcumin nanoparticles. Related to what? You know what I'm talking about. This is amazing. And we're going to end up with this mitochondrial dysfunction. Mitochondrial dysfunction and pure cellular cleanliness are other contributor to loss of function with age. Curcumin boosts the health of mitochondria, which is the powerhouse. It's like the battery of your car. All the power came from it, which improves cellular energy balance. The ADP is the main molecule that gives you all the energy to, you could move, you could think, you could see, everything. For all these aspects, ADP is basic. If you don't produce enough ADP by your mitochondria, you're done. You're done. It also activates autophagy, the cellular cleaning that helps remove cells from mold, worn out parts, and replace them for new ones. And again, the role of curcumin, as you could see here in green letters, the role of curcumin in the modulation of aging, International Journal of Molecules says that curcumin and mitochondrial biogenesis, born, mitochondrial biogenesis. Could you believe that? We have a chance because aging, just to have a summary here, oxidative stress, mitochondrial mutation, mitochondrial release, mitochondrial biogenesis, mitophagy, mitochondrial quality control, energy metabolism, apoptosis, all of these aging problems derives in all of the diseases related with aging. Osteoarthritis, Alzheimer, liver disease, diabetes, atherosclerosis, etc. Does this make sense, what I'm telling you? NRF2, for example, is a protein that controls how certain genes are expressed. Cellular detoxification, for example, depends on how factor NRF2 regulates the expression of numerous detoxifying enzyme and antioxidant genes by binding to a specific DNA sequence. Constant aggression that we have in modern world that we live in, we are normally exposed to a number of aggressions caused by all kinds of stimuli, such as microbial, viral infections, toxins, and industrialized foods, pollutants, etc. The thing is that we need this protection. And NRF2 KEAP1 system has been suggested to contribute to protect us against various pathologies such as cancer, liver toxicity, inflammation, among others. This type of protection that we are looking for, again, curcumin and insulin resistance, for example, are very close. NRF2 regulation by curcumin, molecular aspects for therapeutic prospects. Interconnected. Anti-tumor effect of curcumin, interconnected. Inhibition of carcinogenesis may be consequence of attenuation of oxidative stress, though activation of the antioxidant defense system. I'm not going to go deep in this, but the thing is, as you could see, curcumin liver protector, curcumin heart failure protection, in fatty acids, in apoptotic anti-inflammatory effect, NRF2 again, brain protection, NRF2 again. The scientists found that curcumin induced the NRF2 and at a brain level. Curcumin, again, anti-inflammatory and antioxidative properties protect the central nervous system from various brain-related diseases. And the list goes on. The list goes on, the publication goes on, but the hidden secret. What happens with the hidden secret? Not everything you eat, you absorb. It doesn't even reach your liver, your brain, your pancreas, your joints, your muscles, your cells, any tissue. understand that curcumin has bioavailability and absorption problems. Understand that products on the market with little or very little effectiveness has low absorption, low bioavailability, and very, very short half-life from 1 to 3 hours. They absorb 3%, 5% in average. The thing is that the science is the solution, and we have the solution. We found the solution. We don't have it. We found it through the Federal Ministry of Germany, through the research and education area. They found out that 3 technologies in the same product, BioMS technologies, delivered to our company, VIDAFY, from the root to a micellar technology, extraction of oleurosin from curcumin, application of the nanotechnology at the curcumin, very, very small microscopic molecules of curcumin. And then, just to avoid the lipophilic aspect of the curcumin, the micellization takes place, micellization of the curcumin, and we have a final product. 3 technologies, 3 patented technologies that we have. Nanotechnology, for example, improves solubility, absorption, bioavailability of active ingredients that are purely soluble in water. And what is a micelle? A micelle is that they are spherical structures that are soluble in water on the outside and have a fat-soluble substance on the inside, like a custom, like a hidden molecule inside. You just couldn't found out because it's like a drop of water going inside of your system, goes all to your small intestine. It's absorbed in almost 100% inside the bloodstream, tissues, and cells. And inside, it gets solubilized, and the main molecule goes out and start doing what we've been talking about the last 30 minutes. The advantages of micellization: resistant to gastric juices, enzymes, increased absorption, also faster absorption, higher plasma levels, and increased tissue levels, like I just explained you. And in the topic of tonight, we need to step like in a comprehensive approach. As you could see, lifestyle intervention implies exercise, implies dietary interventions, weight loss, implies pharmacological interventions. Look at these names over here. This is science, my friends. Look, mTOR inhibitors, curcumin. Curcumin is over here also like an antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. They call them drugs, but it are nutraceuticals. Carotenoids, polyphenol. You know that curcumin is the strongest polyphenol in nature. Okay, just for you to know. Glutathione is stimulated by curcumin. NAD supplementation is stimulated by curcumin. And we could talk the rest of the night about all this, but we need to have a comprehensive approach, because we also need to modulate gut microbiota. Remember, probiotics, prebiotics, that are called symbiotics, our intestinal microbial metabolism and composition are very, very important through all of this comprehensive approach. And at the end, we could find aging and aging-related disease, health, aging, and longevity depends on this comprehensive approach. So we need to start having a healthy lifestyle, exercising, dietary intervention, weight loss, all of this, and also the appropriate supplementation or drugs if you want to, because there's a lot of drugs over here created for an anti-aging process. Yes, the chemical area of the labs also produce drugs for this. But there's a lot of supplements also over here that you could see. Resveratrol, for example, metformin, for example. Okay? And understanding that we have a research product with all of these certifications, German patented technology, 3 patents over there that you could go and take a look at them, read them. I've done it by myself. And again, how much to take? 10 drops a day. You could raise it up to 20 when there's a a problem, a chronic disease, complicated or something like that. You could raise it to from 10 in the morning and 10 at the end of the day, but only for 1 to 3 months in between when you will get, balance, then you get back to 10 drops a day. It covers up 24 hours a day. And we also have our same biotic. Remember that we need to make that kind of approach. Prebiotic fiber, probiotics, detox herbal complex, and magnesium. One sachet a day. One sachet a day, enough water, 2 to 3 liters for 30 to 90 days, and you're gonna be detoxed. You're gonna take care of your microbiota, and the fiber, the prebiotic fiber is amazingly important for the function of your intestines and the process of digestion, metabolism, and all of that. And okay, the 40 minutes became 45. And at the end, I need to tell you that you need to love yourself enough to live a healthy lifestyle, 10 drops at a time with VIDAFY. Okay, I'm very pleased to serve you. I'm very pleased to talk to you. I'm very, very proud to be with this company and being a person that could bring all of this good news to you people all through all the world. And that's been a dream of mine, being a part of the change in the world with this kind of information. And you are part of this team. You are getting ready to go outside and share this good news throughout the world. Okay? So have a good night. It's been nice to be with you. Take care and God bless you. Convert your life with VIDAFY.
Dr. Fernandez, thank you so much. Absolutely incredible information. I love your enthusiasm, your excitement about sharing the detail that you go into, the research, the scientific studies that you present. Everything that you share helps us to be able to better understand the incredible product that we have and the impact that it can have on every aspect of our life. So thank you so much, Dr. Fernandez, for doing that. As has been mentioned in the notes or in the chat just a little bit, I want to be able to remind you that this Zoom is being recorded, and it will be available within the next 24 hours on our YouTube channel. Go into VIDAFYvideos.com and VIDAFYvideos.com. That will take you directly to our YouTube. And this very Zoom will be available for you on replay to be able to watch it anytime that you want, to be able to share it with anyone else, to be able to watch this repeatedly. If you do have some questions, we want to be able to remind you that to email our wellness team, wellnessteam@vidafy.co. If you've got any questions for our wellness team, please reach out to them on wellnessteam@vidafy.co. Thank you again, everyone, for being a part of this with us this evening, this morning, this afternoon. We appreciate you guys taking the time to be able to listen to this incredible information from Dr. Fernandez. We want to be able to connect with you again on Friday. We actually will have our midway Zoom where we will be talking about a number of different things on Friday. That'll be Friday, the November 15th, our midway Zoom. All things middle of the month, different announcements, lots of things we'll be going over here in the next couple of days on our midway Zoom. So we look forward to seeing you there. Thanks again, everyone, for being a part of this. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you later. Thanks.